Today's magical, transformative alchemy is the St. Germain Sky Violet Flame Crystal Tones Crystal Alchemy Singing Bowl. So for this class, I will be enlightening you on this magical bowl. This particular bowl is a 10-inch, making it rather large and very special. A 10-inch C, so it's deep, a deep holding note in the alchemy of St. Germain Sky. Here is the bowl in all its glory. I'm going to give you a little sound frequency of the bowl, and then we're going to have a session together where we work with the frequency and the energy of the bowl. And I want to impart to you and enlighten you on the majesty and magic of this bowl. Why would you work with this bowl? Why is it important to have a bowl like this in your collection? This is a very special healing frequency. So let's have a listen to begin. Maybe you'll close your eyes. Take a long, deep inhale and a long, deep exhale. Start to become the listener. Immediately, what you'll notice is the bowl is still singing. Now, what this is called is the peaceful fade. Because this particular alchemy is such premium high quality, it will have a very long, peaceful fade. So I'll barely touch the bowl, and it will sing and sing and sing. So I'm literally going to put my hand on it to stop it singing while I talk and teach on the alchemy. So when you have a bowl like this that's very thick and has a beautiful iridescent glow, sings for a long time, holds its energy, and it's what I would call a drone bowl and a holding bowl, this will be the premium bowl in your collection. It could be the main lead bowl, like the mother bowl, the conductor of the orchestra for the other bowls that you play. When I'm teaching on my sound healing diploma, which you'll find on soundhealercollege.com, I will always spend a lot of time teaching my students about working with a large C note. This is a large C note, and how your large C is your drone. It's your holding bowl. It's the mother of the orchestra. Now, why is that, you might say? Maybe you love a higher A or B note. You like the pineal glands. You might like sharp, super high, 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 high. Well, when you're holding space, if you are a professional sound healer and you're working with groups or one-to-one, you'll notice that your students come into you and they're a little bit overwhelmed. They might be worrying, many thoughts on their mind. What's she gonna do? Will I relax? I have things to do. I need to go out and do my shopping. I'm worrying about my children, my brother, my father, my boss. They arrive to you and they're in a stressed out state. And that is why they've come to you as the sound healer. You are their healer. So they're expecting you to be able to bring them towards a place of relaxation, peace and calm. That is why you need a drone bowl. By playing a deep note like this, a large C, and droning the bowl, which means to continually gently circle the bowl, creating a long, deep, peaceful fade that will give your listeners something to rest their busy mind upon. So it moves their attention away from the worries, the fears they currently have when they meet you, and it brings them to a place where they can just listen to the holding note. And the fact that it's a C and it's deep will work with their nervous system, and that will bring their nervous system down. If you decided to play a high note immediately at the start, possibly a small bowl, it's going to play a long, high frequency, and that could at the start irritate them. So that would towards the middle or the end enlighten them, but it would be not the leading bowl. It would not be the holding bowl of the sound bath. It would be like the fairy bowl that you bring through the midline of the sound bath. So it's really important that you understand why you're purchasing your bowls, when to play them, and the effect it has on you and the listener. So you will also be calming yourself down if you're the sound healer, because you might be a bit overwhelmed. Sometimes I have 100 people in the room and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're having a fight in the corner over there. They need to stop snoring over here. And I have to do a lot at once. So I need the drone as well. I need this magnificent bowl to help me calm down my own nervous system. So it benefits you as the player and your listeners. So that is why I recommend you always purchase a large C note, which this bowl is. You can get a large C if your budget is lower in a traditional frosted. This is the type of bowl you might purchase when you're at the professional sound healing level, because it's a premium blend bowl. Let's understand now the alchemy of this bowl. Why is it premium? What makes it so special, you might wonder? Well, let me tell you. This alchemy is made in Utah by Lupito and Paul, the creators of crystal tones, and they are the only people in the world who know how to blend a gemstone or a gold into a crystal singing bowl. No other makers are able to do this. They might say they can, but they can't. So this one, they placed in a pink gold with platinum, with the quartz crystal. So you'll see your quartz crystal is always the base alchemy of a crystal bowl, and then crystal tones are so clever that they can blend in gold, oh my gosh, and other alchemies, so maybe a pink with the gold. So that's the actual scientific composition of the bowl. So then you are working with a consciousness, because we know that any earth element holds consciousness. A crystal itself holds consciousness energy. So it's vibrating, it's alive. We know factually, scientifically, that quartz can raise energy. And that's why you would buy a premium bowl instead of a cheaper plasticky glass crystal singing bowl. And there is ones like that on the market. So you want to avoid that, because that will not raise your vibration or amplify energy through the room, and the sound won't be good. Then there's also the violet flame within this bowl. Well, what is the violet flame? It sounds amazing, I know, and it is, but what is it? So working with violet flame is coming from the Saint-Germain energy. Now, we need to also know who is Saint-Germain if we're going to understand what is the violet flame. Saint-Germain was an ascended master. He's from the New Age spiritual movement. So unlike someone like, for example, some people might have Jesus as an ascended master. Some people have Buddha as their ascended master. You can even work with Mother Teresa or feminine energy, and they are your ascended masters. And Mother Teresa would be considered New Age because she was within the generation now or just previous, whereas Buddha was hundreds of years ago. Saint-Germain was more of a recent ascended master, which means he did exist. He was a man in existence in history, a real true human being, and he brought ascension to the world. He took it upon himself to teach people and educate them how to become ascended. He worked with crystals, which is quite unusual. Saint-Germain is not a saint in the Catholic sense and shouldn't be confused with Saint Saint-Germain or Saint Germanus, two actual Catholic saints. Instead, he was a real man who was a royal count of the French region called Saint-Germain. His real full name is Comte de Saint-Germain, or the Count of Saint-Germain. And he was born of royal blood somewhere between 1690 and 1710. History shows that he rubbed elbows with high society and European royalty. He was multi-talented. He was our first sound healer. In a way, he played the violin beautifully. He understood spirituality and how sound can transform your mood, enlighten you, and ascend you. He was a psychic and gave psychic readings to his community. He had mastered multiple languages and he was an incredible artist. What you might find particularly fascinating is that this man was one of the first alchemists. He also created healing elixirs and gave them to his friends. He understood how to stay youthful with natural plants. So he was a healer, the first perhaps we can look back to and read about. He worked with the violet flame of Ascension. Now that's something close to my heart because I work as a healer. I come from a traditional Irish healing background. I was initiated over 20 years ago into healing modality, and that includes sound healing as well as the energy of healing. And as a healer, I can channel, so I channel in angels and guides when I share my sound baths, and I also can channel St. Germain. And what I know and can teach you is that the violet flame is a way to bring in ascension energy. Now, if you need to ascend or work with the violet flame, you might be going through a difficult patch, or you might be a teacher imparting wisdom on students and helping them understand how to work with Ascension and the violet flame. So let me teach you a way to work with it now. Close your eyes. Take a long, deep inhale and draw in healing golden light. And as you exhale, let go of anything you do not need. Now take a long, deep inhale and visualize a violet flame. And as you exhale, let the flame draw in towards you. Now imagine you are watching that violet flame. And think of anything that does not serve you, anything that's worrying you now, causing you pain. Place it into the violet flame. Let that pain rise away as if to turn into smoke, and then draw back in the healing light, inhaling the gold as you watch the violet flame, and exhaling anything you are still holding on to that you do not need. You are beginning to rise above your pain, and you are letting go of that pain because it does not serve you and you do not need it. Now bring in deep healing. Feel a glow of light. You might notice energy between your third eye rising up to your crown line as you listen to this frequency. All the things you worry about no longer matter. You are letting go of the past and you are letting go of the future. Realizing that right now, in this very moment, you are safe as you choose to be here now. You are allowing the healing of the pink gold, the violet flame, to change and transform you. I call upon the angels and I call upon the ascended masters. They will bring us wisdom and guidance. May you realize that you are never alone. You are always loved. Most importantly, to ascend is to know that I am you, and you are me, and we are one. Remember that before the heavens were created and before the stars were placed, we were all one violet light of ascension. So that is one way you can work with this energy, with this alchemy. You could keep it very simple and just play the bowl and feel its frequency. And you could also share the energy of the bowl with your students if you are a professional sound healer. You can purchase the bowl just for yourself, play it and heal your own energy. It does not have to be shared. It could be nice to share it because it's so special. But if you really need the healing, then it's just for you. Then you will be ready to share it with others once you have received your deep healing frequency. You can order this exact bowl from me on my website, www.crystalplanets.com. You can also educate as a professional sound healer with me on my website, soundhealercollege.com. Contact me anytime. My name is Ali. I am a master sound healer, and my voice can be your guide. I am grateful for you, and I bow to you. Namaste, everyone.